Dad's management style is very different from mine. So we used to have our arguments and conflicts. I can't do this because who's going to handle all your chaos and all the business?
What was your side of story?
It was not a question. Like I wasn't asked, I wasn't told.
How are you thinking about succession planning for your own business?
इन लोगों को इधर आना नहीं है, दोनों को इन लोग पहले ही बोल चुके हैं. I'm mentally preparing also. Whenever it is required, I can be a team member of us.
What was the hardest part of working with your daughters?
From being the boss to having them as your boss.
Do you think that being women founders, it makes it difficult?
So I did have a lot of rejections. Before we raised our first round, I had 32 rejections. A lot of times the ambition gets chopped. Women, they get married. So for women in family businesses, I would advise you guys that
Today I'm in Raipur to meet the Jain family behind the luxury skincare brand Russ Beauty. Despite having a well-established education business currently run by father, Mr. Shailendra Jain, his daughters Shubhika and Suramya decided to start their own skincare line with their mother Sangeeta. Why not take over the well-established family business? And what becomes of the family legacy? Let's find out.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me in your lovely farm here in Raipur.
no, the pleasure is all ours.
So I'd like to start this with you, sir. You built multiple businesses and also, took over the business that your dad started. What made you, tell them that, hey, go ahead and start your own businesses?
Actually, when I came from US after doing my MBA, then our family business was solvent extraction and rice milling. So I was the person who diversified into education at that time, way back in 1994. So my total aim was this, that we should give energy for yourself. So we should not do service to, in any industry or in any office, giving energy to somebody else. So I told her, you come back and be with me. So what happened was, she was there with me for 2 years. और उसके बाद then she basically, because we had got a business of aromatic oils also. So from there she picked up this line of essential oils, and then she also joined after that when she was in the final year of her studies in the UK. And then the journey started, and Sangeeta and my wife and Shubhika were both the founders. They grew themselves only. But back support मेरा हमेशा रहा है इनको, without any, asking them कि ये कैसे कर रहे हो या ये क्या कर रहे हो. But they were totally free and they took decisions of their own only. जहाँ भी अटकते थे मैं था.
Correct. So, Shubhika, before we started recording, you said that I was the one who actually told Dad that आपके पास सब कुछ आपने
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Which is the other way around for a lot of business families, that I already have built the business, then why would you want to start something and take the risk?
Exactly.
I want to hear from your side, what was that conversation like, where, he suggested you or you pitched the idea of Russ to him?
So I was talking about since I was a kid, I was always inclined that I want to do something of my own, or I want to be a part of the business. And I used to go to Dad's office since I was 16 and try and poke my nose here and there and learn. Dad did not ever give me work, ki ye karo, wo karo. I had to take work from him. I used to take out some financial information, ki kya chal raha hai, where is it going wrong, what can I contribute. So I started with the agri side. Then I was the one, I'm like, yeah, there are so many things. You have an educational, you have multiple colleges, you are into school, you are into tissue culture, you're into seed cultivation, you're into paper manufacturing, you're into essentials. How are you going to do that? You have me and Suramya. So I was like, no, I can't do this because who's going to handle all your chaos and all the business? So I need to be there, right? So he said, okay. But he told me that you do your own thing because you learn so much more. And that time I thought, dad's management style is very different from mine,
Yeah.
right? So we used to have our arguments and conflicts on that. So that was something I was like, "ठीक है, चलो, let me start." But I did not leave you in 2 years, huh? By the way, I am still there with you.
It's very-
Yeah.
So
She knows everything about my business.
yeah, that's the conversation I'd had with dad.
Understood. So Ramya, you came directly after your college and joined them, at Russ. So what was going on in your head? What was your side of story? Were you excited? Were you nervous? Were you like, okay, करना पड़ेगा अब तो बोल रहे हैं तो
I wasn't really sure if this is something I wanted to do, like in life, like as a career and stuff. But I knew I didn't want to go look for jobs for 6 months in the UK. It was anyway Brexit. I was like, I want to put my energy into something that even I can build and I can create and learn.
Same concept. And
Exactly. So I was like, I'll do this. I mean, I was excited. And right after graduation day, I think I graduated on the 8th of July. 9th of July, we were in Indore. We were setting up like a whole exhibition with all of the things, decor, everything. We were setting it up, just the two of us.
Me and Suraj.
And mom was obviously there. And yeah, and that day onwards, it was just work karna hi hai. It was not a question. Like I wasn't asked, I wasn't told. And
I was like, चल वापस आ, चल वापस आ.
okay, that's what
I told her.
that's exactly
yeah, but it wasn't like it was forced upon me.
Okay.
It was a conscious decision that I took as well, that yes, I want to do this. And then I gave it like my all. And that's how it kind of grew.
natural flow for her.
Yeah.
Final year, mein, she had started working.
Yeah.
Got it.
When she was in UK, from there she had started working, and
So-
because she's very creative,
Yeah.
so still she is handling all the creative side of the business. So that way she's gone. The mom's genes have come to her.
What I want to hear from you is before Russ and after Russ, how has the dinner table conversation changed?
So my family, they have a great balance that they never would bring much of the work conversations to the dinner table. So dinner table was reserved to, fun talks. So that time Dadi was there. So, it was like no phones on the table and we would just like talk about some fun things and just laugh and eat. It was like that.
Yeah.
So,
More for family time.
yeah.
Got it.
So they had a good bifurcation since then. Now I think it's more like firefighting kind of stuff we sometimes talk about. Like now, because I'm in Bombay, I think whilst I'm eating, like whilst I'm having lunch or dinner is the only time I speak to them because I'm eating like alone.
Yeah.
So that time I call them and I talk to them about their day. But nowadays she fights also in the dinner table. Late to work.
So what does she fight the most about?
She starts it. Yeah, she would say that,
She
but that's
starts
not
it.
true. That's not true, guys.
Mostly the topics जो पहले common रहते थे हमारे बीच में regarding my business, which he used to basically tell कि इसमें ऐसा है, इसमें ऐसा है, we should do this, we should do that, इसमें ऐसा करना है, her perspective.
Correct.
But वो फिर क्या हुआ, change होता गया धीरे धीरे. Then we have built this product today, talk very well. Now we are making this, how to grow. A lot of talks about the new business rather than the old one, because they were very much excited about that, and that was basically very essential also, because that time the euphoria was to establish this, and they were on that spree only,
Yeah.
and we were also very much enjoying that,
Yeah.
and we were talking more about this business
Yeah.
rather than the old one, because वो तो काफी हद तक established था ही, so इसी में ज्यादा मशक्कत थी.
Were there also things that you didn't go up to him said कि इस चीज के लिए मैं नहीं जाऊंगी?
So, I started taking money, small amounts. कि लेते गए, वैसे करके total, I think 25 lakhs तक लिए होंगे. And then उसको pay back चालू कर दिए धीरे धीरे करके, based on monthly profits. तो वो था. But ऐसा, I don't think ऐसा कुछ था जिसके लिए I could not go to him. He was so approachable. So we are very like fluid. We go to each other for help, and ऐसा कुछ नहीं for which I can say that I can't go to him. But of course, we did take external investment because we knew that the money that we now require to grow this. And that time I did not ask him for capital because I knew that for the businesses that he wanted to expand, he also required that capital to be put in. You have to make infrastructure. You need to reinvest in the business to keep it growing.
Yeah. whenever your dad sort of gives you advice, how do you sort of distinguish between this is his wisdom and this is his bias talking?
So, I mean, bias, it was easily visible because when you have facts in your hands and then he's saying otherwise, means it's bias.
Okay.
When I don't have facts and he's saying something otherwise, then maybe it's wisdom. And so I would take that advice. But at the same time, when, say, because the team members, they were used to a more lenient style of working, right? Wherein nobody would question them much. Right? And they were very happy, right, working with him because he's not asking them too much of questions. So now if I'm coming, a little girl, so there were two things, young and girl,
Yeah.
right? So for those older men who've been working for 10 years, some 20 years, some 5 years, whatever, when they are questioned, even normally,
Yeah.
and they know they're wrong, then they don't answer properly. You know, they would want to go to dad and complain.
Yeah.
Those kind of things also happen. So sometimes he would also believe them because he's been working also with them since so long. So he also has his trust in them. So now I also understand where he comes from because, you know, when you're working with someone for so long, you end up even trusting them.
तो जैसे मेरा एक आदमी आया अकाउंटेंट, वो कुछ इसको बोल दिया इसके अकाउंटेंट को, शी गॉट perturbed, अरे ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया.
हाँ.
तो same thing is happening here also. So वो होता है basically.
So now I understand.
In retrospect, we can understand.
Yeah, in hindsight.
That
I
time
can
we would
understand.
think, why is he listening
biased.
to them? Why isn't he?
Why isn't he listening? Why? But then why should he listen to us? What credibility do we have as young kids, right? Like, so that's also there. So you have to build your credibility.
Just because तो उसमें क्या navigation was not very tough for me basically क्योंकि she used to bring the proofs, you know, ऐसे verbally नहीं बात करती थी. तो proof जब रहता था तो I could easily say them कि just check कि तो है ये जो बता रही है ये तो she's not telling wrong. So that was
But how do you manage their egos? Because they did have big egos. Nonetheless, they had big egos.
wrong. Lot of
तो भी उनको खराब तो लगता ही
खराब लगता था.
obviously, but they were basically
Papa would bandage them well.
नहीं but उनको
No, you would
actually क्या था
you would kind of pacify them.
basically keep only hammering. It doesn't works out. You have to hammer and then pat. Hammer and then pat. So both the things it has to go simultaneously. मैं इनको इसको आज भी बताता हूँ कि you have to have a balance.
हाँ.
If a person is really good और अगर mistake करा तो everyone is human being at the end.
Yeah.
तो hammer them, but pat them also, so that the balance is always there. तो यही मेरी strategy रही है शुरू से.
If you were to give an advice to the younger generation in saying that if you were to go and talk about something about the team or the business in generally how they are doing it, what would be your advice to them?
So I think my advice would be that you need to understand what's the style of the parent who's running the business. What's their style, right? And always have backups to what you're saying so that you have weightage from the get-go. Don't just say things, prove it. Yes, there will be challenges that you face in maybe collating the data because a lot of times the team members are not doing well. They're going to hide that data from you. So you have to go, sit with them, gel with them, try to take out the data, make the analysis, and then show. Mostly things are simple. People try to complicate it. You have to simplify it and show it to your father or mother, whoever you're working with. And, you know, I think I used to sometimes get very upset and maybe get into an attacking mode. So that puts them in a more defensive mode. So that doesn't help, right? So you have to go and talk as if you're just trying to help them.
True.
So then that way they will be more receptive to you and it'll be easier
That is
as a conversation.
I was trying to do some more digital marketing, right? So there were no budgets earlier, like in his firm for digital marketing. So I was like, how do I pitch it to him? How do I take it up? Will they be accepting of it? So I made a plan. Like I just didn't go and like stand in front of his face, ki chalo, let me do this, you know? Like you can't just do that. That's like a bit silly. So I mean, go with a plan, like, you know, how will this work? What is the first line of results? Like, when can you see certain results? What's the minimum you can work with? What's the maximum you would need? So I think if you go with the plan and, you know, phase it out, like it can't be like everything at once. And that kind of helped me navigate new ideas with him. So I think approaching with a plan and then if it's trackable, it helps even more. So I think approaching with a plan and then being able to track the results.
Yep.
She got very good exposure with us also, meeting different people.
Yeah.
So she could give good advice also.
is it really because she now has an experience, or you trust her more because हाँ तुमने कुछ उखाड़ा है तो अभी
नहीं,
तुम्हारा सुनना बनता
ट्रस्टिंग
है?
वाला तो बात ही नहीं था। मैं तो पहले भी बोला आपको,
हाँ।
ट्रस्ट तो शुरू से
हाँ, no
होना
trust
था,
in the sense like
जो आज है और आगे भी रहेगा, तो उसमें कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं है कि यार पहले जा कम था, पहले 10 था तो अब 20 हो गया, 20 का 40, ऐसा नहीं है कुछ। ट्रस्ट तो अभी भी है, बट वो बातचीत करने के तरीके से पता चलता है बेसिकली।
I think it's a bit
जो
of
पॉइंट्स
both.
आते हैं बाहर, जो पॉइंट्स आते हैं बाहर रिलेटेड टू एनीथिंग, एडवाइस की पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी बोल लो, so they are much more refined. So that is why I listen to both of them,
And we also listen to you.
and they listen much less.
And even when we were like doing our business in Rus, it was small. So it was like, you know, a lot of times family businesses which are big, they could say कि ये क्या है फालतू सा, आप stall लगा रहे हो and all. But then, you know, जैसे हमने जब first time launch किया with zero revenues, obviously launch किया था, तो he was also there. Right, mom was me and mom was there. Suramya was in college. Dad had come along and he would be there. हम दुबई गए थे for an expo, so he was there. So even though there was not really much of benefits then, so he was there and took it seriously. So I think the advice is that other parents also, if the kids are doing something, you need to take it seriously because that motivates them to do better.
So now with what they are building, how are you thinking about succession planning for your own business and institutes that you have?
Actually speaking, the education business is a very slow growing business as compared to the other businesses which are thriving these days. The new ones, the tech businesses, the skin related businesses, and there are several businesses which are doing extremely good, and people are raking in money because you have to evaluate at the end of the day, boss, कि मैं कितना दे रहा हूँ, मुझे क्या मिल रहा है। तो उस सेंस में क्या है, बड़ा इरेलेवेंट लगने लग गया।
Okay.
एजुकेशन लगता है यार हम दे तो पूरा रहे हैं बट मिलता तो कुछ है नहीं, बिकॉज पूरा तो गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल्ड है। यू नो ऑल दो स्टफ इज बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है एजुकेशन में, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट सपोर्ट नहीं है। तो उसके कारण क्या हो रहा है कि कोई आना भी चाह रहा है एजुकेशन में, या जो करना भी चाह रहा है उसको फुल जील के साथ, वो मतलब ही इज डिवॉइड ऑफ डूइंग। सेकेंडली ये है कि हम कर सकते हैं, हम ग्रो तो करेंगे, स्लोली स्लोली चलते रहेगा ये। इसमें कभी भी ये है कि साइकिल्स चलते हैं, कभी इंजीनियरिंग अच्छा है तो कभी फार्मेसी अच्छा है तो कभी ये अच्छा है। तो इट इज़ गुड दैट आई हैव गॉट अ बास्केट ऑफ कॉलेजेस इन अ पूल। तो उससे क्या एडवांटेज है कि ऑथेंटिसिटी ज़्यादा है स्टूडेंट्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। बट हमको नुकसान कहाँ पे है कि फीस हम नहीं फिक्स कर सकते, तो वो सब फिक्स हो जाता है, नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स ये वो। तो जस्ट कीप गोइंग और नए नए कोर्सेज लाते रहो। मेरे को तो ये लगता है कि फ्यूचर में आई वुड बी वन ऑफ अ पार्ट ऑफ रस ओनली, जस्ट बिकॉज कि दे वुड रिक्वायर someday or the other, when they grow exponentially too big, they would need a support. And मैं तो like I'm mentally preparing also, or prepared also, so that you know whenever it is required I can be a team member of us rather than being there. तो ऐसे भी
And wind up your business? And wind up your business?
Not exactly total wind up. Partly we can do it. So इसमें ऐसा है विजय जी कि tomorrow suppose if we really want to remain in this business, so there are a few models in which we can work with the current, because it's totally set, everything's perfectly running, there's no problem at all. And what we can do is basically we can get a professional to run the institute also. Not a problem, that can always be done apart from the academicians which are there.
Yeah.
Secondly, what we can do is to make it grow properly, we can bring in a partner from an education background only, who can merge with us, having some equity, and basically concentrate more to grow, bring up an university, not a state one, but a central university, which has a lot more impact. And then basically keep this running. उसमें हो सकता है कि मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा इनपुट ना देना पड़े, जस्ट बिकॉज कि मेरे पास सब, देखिए व्यवस्था तो वही रहेगी, यूनिवर्सिटी बने चाहे कुछ भी बने, बच्चे बढ़ जाएंगे ठीक है, बट ओवरऑल द सिस्टम विच इज वर्किंग विल रिमेन द सेम। करेक्ट। सो मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा उसमें प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं है जस्ट बिकॉज आई नो एवरीथिंग, मैं 30 साल से चला रहा हूँ।
Yeah.
तो उसमें क्या होगा भैया कि जो अगर कोई आता भी है पार्टनर तो हम उसको अच्छे से स्केल अप कर पाएंगे, जो कि अभी नहीं कर पा रहे जस्ट बिकॉज कि
We are so busy here.
इन लोग ज़्यादा बिजी हो गए, इन लोगों को इधर आना नहीं है। दोनों को इन लोग पहले ही बोल चुके हैं कि वी डोंट वांट टू बेसिकली, एंड दे डोंट हैव एनी इंटरेस्ट इन एजुकेशन साइड, so that is why I'm also going slow at this moment.
So how do you think about his legacy and the business that he's built?
Yeah, I think how we see it as that, it's a very different sort of management required to run an education institution. It can't be so fast paced.
Yeah.
And the people involved are, teachers and principals, and the way they think is very different than how we think.
I feel like he's been doing his thing. And we're always there to like help him with anything, anytime. But would not personally want to kind of take this business up, like this
Why not?
sector up. I feel like it's very like people intensive and
Very people, yeah.
don't think that's my forte.
The raw materials are only teachers.
It's not my forte for sure. So I
Product is to
would not be able to like enjoy it to the level that I should to make it more successful.
I think this was great segment in the conversation that we had with you, from the succession planning perspective, and also the support that you have given, the freedom that you have given to them. Now we want to understand, we want to bring in your mom and want to understand, how is it like to work with mom and three of you building Russ together. So let's bring her in.
Sangeeta Jain has spent decades perfecting her botanical expertise. Let's see how the trio runs a business together.
Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us. When you were starting Russ, how were you feeling about building it with your daughters?
So when we started, it was more of a fun thing. Like we hadn't envisioned that it would have grown till this extent. And it has been a very great journey, a great learning for me, because I've been not into a commercial field. It's been a more hobby kind of entrepreneur task that I have done, like my mango tree, the garden center,
And nursery.
working at the school, bringing up the school, or the computer center, which I had set up very earlier. So this was something which was very more focused on the commercial angle. So it's been a really enjoyable journey, I must say.
You're talking about the enjoyable journey. I want to ask you, what was the hardest part of working with your daughters?
From being the boss to having them as your boss.
It hasn't been really very hard because they are more like friends to me. Yeah. So sometimes it is like they are more, commanding. Or, to the point that we should be doing this. And there are deadlines, which I was not used to earlier
Okay.
when we started.
Yeah. So they were talking about the speed, when dad was here and not matching their speed. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's like we've been rolling, so I don't know the speed at which we suddenly shot up and everything was falling in place.
No, I'm talking about your speed and their speed. Do you think that speed matches at the speed?
No. Because I'm more of a hands-on person. I'm more behind the scenes. I like to do things at my pace. So these people are more out towards the facing the market and people. I'm more in behind the scenes. So we don't match, but yeah, we're trying to.
keeps up with us.
She's like the heart of us, making the products, the quality of the products, and developing new products. So she is the one who takes care of that, which is a big thing.
So I'd like to understand a little bit from the structure POV between three of you. What do you all sort of look at and how are the responsibilities divided?
Shubhika is our CEO and founder.
Okay.
She looks into majorly everything because I think
boss.
she's the main boss. She's like spinning between everything, just like a true CEO, of course. And majorly looking into like finance, investor relations, operations overlooking, and growing new markets and things like that is what she does. And a lot of like hotel relations and a lot of other relations for business growth. And I'm the CMO, so I look into digital sales as well as brand marketing. So that comes into my purview, which is like design, content, social, PR, as well as, all kinds of online sales, whether it's Nykaa, D2C, quick commerce, all of those things. Mom is our CRO,
Chief Research
which is the
Officer.
chief research officer. So she looks into production, new R&D, new formulations,
New
yes,
ingredients,
sourcing as well a little bit.
new textures.
So that's how our roles are very divided, to be very honest. It's not like
Yeah.
a lot of our decisions overlap. Of course they do, but we have our own thing which keeps us sane. Otherwise we would just be like crossing
So we have
boundaries all
one-
the time.
There is one department which all of us are involved in, and that is new product development.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of mess also happens,
Yeah.
because then
Everyone's opinion.
she has a different opinion, mom has a different opinion, and then I have a different opinion. But then somehow we've made peace with the fact that if there are so many different opinions and we have to choose one, then sometimes I go ahead and choose one, or sometimes we take the opinion of anybody else. So we have a very simple dispute resolution mechanism.
When you have had those discussions or maybe disagreements, does that often go home, or that is resolved at work?
Let's go home.
Does go home.
Okay.
You can't like
With sisters, sometimes they have a disagreement. So sometimes
Mom gets very worried.
so it carries on for a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come to terms with themselves.
Carries on for 2.
A day, if you ask, for the day at least,
Mm.
a day or two.
Mm. So, what kind of role do you play? Do you stay back, or do you?
I listen to both of them
Okay.
and separately say that, okay, you are right.
To both of them.
Oh God. I used to
Yes,
think
I
that you
understand.
believe we are
Now they
picking
know
at it. Now we know this, Mom. I did not know this. Oh God.
Thanks.
I used to think that she
Thanks, Vidya.
believes me. Yeah.
Thanks to you, we know.
Both of them. So they both are sometimes right in their own certain ways. So
So, Shubhika, when you are sort of leading the ship, then you have your own sister and mother leading 2 different verticals. Maybe somewhere at the back of the hand, हाँ, समझ जाएंगे. But also at the same time, you have to be maybe tough at points. Take tough calls. How do you navigate that?
Yeah, it does get tough that way because, there is then that inherent bias that comes
Correct.
towards them, right? And then I try to, take a step back and look at it from a neutral perspective. So there have been times where we had to take a hard call on something not moving fast enough or something not happening as on track. So I do stop them and have a talk with them that this is not going to work. If you need help, you tell me. We'll get the right person for that. So it's very much like, are you able to do that? If not, you tell if you need what kind of support, you need a senior support or a junior sort of resource support. So kind of my role is,
She takes care of us.
yeah, people, process, capital, products. So I do take care of, sometimes I do fail at it, but I do try and take care that people have the right, they have the right people in their team to work with.
So, ma'am, when you launched Russ, of course, she had this big dream, but I'm sure, you saw things differently. What were your expectations and what happened after that?
yeah, so we launched in July in an exhibition in Mumbai, Ruchika exhibition. So 2017. So we had taken a lot of products with us, imagining that, oh, itna sale hoga and whatever, people would really gaga and keep buying it or whatever. And then it wasn't as great. It was good. People liked it. But to buy suddenly out of an exhibition, that to a skincare, I think so we didn't think it would happen. So the next day when we were packing, then it was like, what would we do? This product. So now Shubhika, we had so much stock, and Shubhika was come, mom, let's St. Regis, bilkul baju mein, let's go. Then I said, oh my God, who's going to you St. Regis 5-star kaun jayega? Shubhika to went with all full confidence. You see that.
Yeah.
And she went there and she met she said that, yeah, I want to meet the spa manager over here. So okay, then the person said, okay, koi hogi to milwaya. And she said, so we are from Russ. So Russ was
No, this is literally just born. Yeah.
we are from Russ.
Yeah.
A luxury skincare, this is da. And she showed her products, and the spa manager was looking at that little girl. She was in the sense ki just out of the college.
Correct.
So, and she was amused and she saw and she liked the packaging, she liked the product, and Then we had that GST thing going on that time. And she asked, okay, I like it, but do you have a GST?
Oh, you didn't have GST.
Yes.
Yes, we
Oh, you
did.
didn't have
We
both.
had.
We
You
had
had it.
Yeah.
And so that was the thing. So
We got into St. Regis.
a
Yeah.
5-star right away.
Oh, wow. I think that's a great story. I think that conviction definitely, helped you there. So now we are going to play a fun game after the intense conversation that we've had so far. So the game is called Who's More Likely to say yes to a risky idea.
Shubhika.
Okay. All right. Who's more likely to stay up all night working? Oh, wow. Nice. Who's more likely to be late to a family dinner because of work?
Shubhika. I mean, both of them, rather.
Okay.
But I manage my time, son. No.
So who's more likely to cry happy tears after hitting a milestone?
Happy tears. No, all of us. Shubhika maybe. Pretend happy tears.
Who's more likely to remember the exact revenue numbers from 3 years back? All right. Who's more likely to ghost a WhatsApp group for days?
Mom.
Oh, really? Oh, I was expecting either of you. Or you become pro at ghosting WhatsApp groups
WhatsApp group is okay, but not computer.
in real life. Yeah. Who's more likely to give a TED talk someday?
Shubhika.
Yeah.
Suram can also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both of them.
Who's more likely to win an argument at the dinner table? Oh, really? Yeah.
Strong-headed.
Strong-headed. All right. Who's more likely to play peacemaker during a family disagreement? Okay, you are the peacemaker, always. Yeah.
Sometimes even me.
Who's more likely to give unsolicited life advice?
Unsolicited. Shubhika.
doing that. It's a favorite hobby.
Yeah. Giving unsolicited life advice. Life gyan.
That's why she can be a
Okay.
TED Talk.
Super. So do you think that, being women founders, it makes it difficult when it comes to access to capital? What has been your experience?
I see that access is not the problem, but it's the ambition that's the issue. A lot of times, I may be wrong, but a lot of times the ambition gets chopped because women, they get married and go to another family to live with. Women do lead a lot of businesses, but a lot of times they're very satisfied with the scale of the business. So they don't need a VC money. Like, you don't need VC money to run your business, right? You only need it if you want to grow it beyond what the normal cash flow of your business can afford to, right?
Have you seen some of those biases come up, or you felt that is not something that you had to deal with?
I mean, even if there was, I wouldn't have noticed because I take all of this as noise. So I did have a lot of rejections, which everybody does. So before we raised our first round, I had 32 rejections from investors pitching. And then we had one investor who really wanted to put in money. And once that person spoke to me for the first time, he decided. 6 cents, and they put in like $2 million. That was like the first largest round, which was huge for us at that moment. Yeah.
If you were to give an advice to women in family businesses wanting to build something of their own, so what would be your piece of advice?
You have to be firm that you're going to do it, because there are so many challenges that can come. Being a woman at home, there's certain that social calling or some other challenges that come in your ways. You have to put them aside and give priority to your work. Be focused on your work. Only then it can happen. If you don't prioritize what you really want to build, you will never be able to build it.
Okay.
So you need to prioritize and be clear in your mind if you want to really do it.
No, I would definitely say that dream big, firstly. Don't limit yourself, because I think everyone is limitless.
So for women in family businesses, I would advise you guys that if you are not given work, then please take it. right? Yes, India has been more of a male-dominated or patriarchal society when it comes to business, right? You may feel like an imposter at times, but you have to believe that you are capable of doing so much more. So you will be. And don't be afraid of asking questions, digging in, even if, even if it appears that you don't know, so be it. You ask questions, you learn, grow. Yeah, you have to believe in yourself first, and then the family will believe in you.
So, Shuvika, when the marriage conversation happens, what are the most common assumptions people have about you being independent, woman running her own business?
There would be expectations that you are expected to work at their business, right? Especially if your business is small, there are chances that it is not taken as seriously. अब तो ये business बंद करके अब तो यहीं का करेगी. So those are some assumptions that people may make. I've seen because I have a lot of female friends who are very close to me. I have really good female friendships. So they wouldn't start their business thinking कि अरे मेरी शादी होगी. And I'm like कि भाई तू अभी नहीं करेगी तो कब करेगी? I would motivate them saying that start it. But it's not necessary for them to be driven. But the point of view I'd like to give to somebody who wants to do a business is that you please start before your marriage, because then the person you're getting married to, they will know and have their expectations right. Even if, say for example, you get married and by then you're not really into a business, post that you have to be firm. You cannot change your decision, because then they will not take you seriously. If you keep changing कि हाँ आज मुझे करना है, कल मुझे नहीं करना है. Okay, your business can pivot, but the fact that you want to build something should not.
I think it's very bothersome that people want women to work in some way, right?
But that
as a hobby,
that also has a cap.
As a hobby, and that has to have a time limit. Okay, you can work for 1/2, and the next half you can, be at
12 से 5 कर लो,
help kar do, stay at home. So that is very weird.
It's been few years when we thought that we'll get them married, or they should get married, and I was bothered they're not getting married, क्यों नहीं हो रहा है. So it was कि why increase the business, अब तो शादी करनी. Even I was kind of in that mode, then क्या होगा, who'll take care, कैसे करेंगे, how will it work out. But then we started growing, and then I saw कि marriage is not the end. It's not the only thing in life. So if they're doing something very constructive and they're doing it so well, so I was happy, and I was really happier having them around me. So
now mom doesn't want us to get married because she wants us with them
to get married.
I know.
It was okay, कुछ होगा, there would be a time they would get married at जब भी होगा. So I was okay.
So, ma'am, I want your perspective, right? At your place, I'm sure in your social circles or your friends, relatives, I'm sure these are the conversations that they might have.
Because in the social circle, as they were approaching 23, 24 years of age, people were like, कब कर रहे हो, अभी तक नहीं हुआ, you should do something, you should look around. So I used to get a bit disturbed. But then when we were going on, even I was busy with the work. So मेरा तो focus ही हट गया था from that, thankfully. So even we are all focused on our work, and this is the priority. This is what we prioritize. And even as मैं तो सोचना ही बंद कर दी हूँ कि अब क्या होगा, जो होगा. So what others think, they've stopped asking me also, thinking now they're just okay. बहुत बढ़िया कर रहे थे.
That's because we have been to a good level of success we've got here. And obviously, I still feel that there's a long way to go. But still, from a perspective of people looking at it, okay, that we've raised this much money means we must be doing well. And, good investors are there on our cap table, like Unilever Ventures, Amazon and everything. So from there also the respect comes. And, acha, itna bada, acha. So then the way they speak to you, it changes.
Yeah.
When we believe we are okay with our children, so if we are confident what they are doing and how they are doing, so that then the others, the society, it doesn't bother you. And then they also stop bothering you, I guess.
Super. So we are coming towards the end of this conversation. And is there any last piece of message that you want to give anybody who is part of family business, who is either inheriting a family business or building their own family business?
If you're working in a family business, you need to pick a niche, right? And you need to build on that. Like, you can take a part of that business and really like work hard to improve it.
Yeah.
You don't have to nobody will give you the entire family business at once, right? You'll have to start small and prove your mettle. You'll have to prove how you're bringing some positive change in terms of money. Like, there has to be improvement in revenue, improvement in profitability, because in the end, that is what is the goal of any business, to generate money, improve revenues, improve profitability. So you have to showcase that.
A lot of people are like thinking these days that family business is not cool or something like that. I really don't think that. Depending on what, what you're good at, try to kind of contribute towards your family business. I feel like it's always valuable. Even if you're building something on your own, if you're able to add value to any of your family business, I think it's always a great thing, because you can trust them to like another level, right? And it just makes it so much easier that, they're going to be there for you.
So for me, I would say at this age, you need to have children like them who will take care.
Have children like them. If you are in family business, have children like them.
There have to be people around you who will take care. Because from my angle, I would say I would never be able to do something on my own. So you need somebody, some support, who is as trustable and dedicated towards taking it ahead.
Yeah. So we're towards the end of this show, and here at Inherited Stories of Succession, we have this ritual where I am going to ask, your mother, and we'll also call your dad. So, sir, ma'am, this is for you. So this segment, we call this the legacy slate. Now, imagine, for whatever reason, all the wealth, all the knowledge, everything that you have accumulated, let's say, disappears tomorrow. And the only thing that you can pass on to your daughters is a piece of paper with the message written on it. Something that you want them to keep for a long, long time. What would you share? Anything that you want to give them as an inheritance?
अच्छे सोचो मम्मा.
Okay, you are done? All right.
See, do meditation daily, evolve yourself, have a balance in life, find time for yourself, evolve and ascend. We should not come back on this earth again, means no rebirth. We'll meet on the other side.
Beautiful. Super. Yes.
Hold on together.
Fevicol.
Can do it.
Nike.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Love you all.
Thanks, Mom.
Super.